Hey guys, I am back. So just like I promised, I'm going to do a segment on filler. So what is filler? Filler is made of hyaluronic acid, which is a substance found throughout our connective tissue. It's a sugar molecule. Why do we use hyaluronic acid? We'll use it for two reasons. One, because it's hydrophilic, so it draws water. That's how you get the filling effect. And two, it is temporary. We do not want to be using permanent fillers. Temporary fillers are definitely a safer route and a more natural route. As we age, things change, styles change, things are in different places on our face and our body, and we want to be able to work with that. We don't want your cheeks at 20 to be in the same spot as your cheeks at 55. Very foreign looking. So a temporary augmentation is a little bit more natural than a permanent augmentation. One syringe is 10 ketchup packages. I know we see this like going rapid all over the internet. So if you are worried that one syringe is going to make you look so fake, it will not. I have about 10 syringes in my face, and I have an appointment on Tuesday with my amazing medical director, Sherry. You can check her out at Injects by NP or Seamless Health, and she's going to do a little bit more work. So just some touch-ups, just some maintenance of what I've done. I don't want any changes. I just want to maintain. I do have makeup on right now, but I'm going to get my tear troughs touched up, my chin touched up, and my cheeks touched up. So just some little tweaks. So how do we know what filler to get? What's the best filler on the market? What do we do? What's going to prevent aging? So there are many different fillers on the market. They're all hyaluronic acid based. Your main thing is that you want to use one that's Health Canada approved. So you want to be getting your fillers from either a dermatologist, a surgeon, a doctor, or a nurse. You do not want to be getting filler for the most part from somebody that's not a registered staff. So what that means is that they're probably not using a Health Canada approved product. They're probably just ordering it offline, because we do have to have a medical director. So somebody that can write us a prescription to get our Health Canada approved medication, and they have to give us an order to touch you. So they have to say, yes, this is good, this person's healthy, you're good to go ahead with your injections. Depending on what area I'm filling is going to be dependent on the product that I choose. So all my followers know that I am like a Teasol snob. I love Teasol, and not to mention they just have like a really pretty box, and my rep Karen is super amazing, but they to me are the best filler on the market. So we all have our own opinions, and definitely other injectors like different products, and as long as they're Health Canada approved for the most part, that's okay. But I will tell you why I like Teasol. So our natural hyaluronic acid in our body is a long chain molecule. Teasol is a long chain filler. So the hyaluronic acid in here is a long chain as well. So it's going to mimic your natural hyaluronic acid at a very high rate. So we call it a high migration rate, which means that the body's not going to be able to recognize what's natural and what's been injected, and it's going to actually migrate with it, and it's not going to cause lumps or bumps or biofilms or anything like that. You can still get lumps and bumps, of course, but it's a lower risk of getting them. And if you've ever gotten a lump or bump, don't freak out. You just go see an injector that knows what they're doing, and they can help dissolve that out for you or get you in the right track to get rid of it. So how do we know what we're picking? So depending on the product that we choose is going to depend on the G prime. So even though I use Teasol, there's lots of different boxes. So I'm just going to line them up here just for a split sec. So we have, like, as you see, like an RHA 4. Oh my gosh, you can't see this at all. Okay, so I have like an RHA 2, 3, and 4. So obviously the numbers increase. And then I have an Ultra Deep. And then I have a Kiss. I have a couple others. These are just the ones that I grabbed from the box. So depending on which product I choose is going to tell me how viscous it is, or the G prime. The heavier G prime, the more water that it's going to draw. So something like a cheek or a chin or a jaw, you want to be very heavy. You want to mimic a bone. Something like a fold or a lip or something around the face area, you want it to be very light, very malleable, bending. We don't want it to be firm and have lumps and bumps when you're talking, moving, and smiling. Something for under the eye, we do use Redensity 2, which is Health Canada approved to go in that area. It draws very, very little water, so you're not gonna get like this crazy filling effect. You don't want that. Something like a cheek or a jaw, you do. You want a lot of water to get drawn to that area. So we talked about them being hydrophilic. So the more higher G prime, the more water that's gonna go to that area. And I'm gonna show you what a syringe looks like. Okay, so this is how a syringe comes. It comes pre-packaged. It says the product on it. Our fillers, they all have different handles depending on what filler it is, just for cute sake. Just when you have like someone getting 4 or 5, you can kind of recognize them without having to like read the little fine print. So it just comes like this. This is 1 ml. So this is like 1 milliliter of filler. As you can see, it's like maybe like half the size of my finger in like width and maybe 3/4 of the size long. So it's not a 10. The syringe just comes, it says 1 ml. The product is clear. It's just hyaluronic acid mixed with some gel substances and lidocaine. So you will see on the front of the box, it says hyaluronic acid and lidocaine. That is just a small amount of numbing in there. So as we get injecting, things get a little bit more comfortable, especially for something like the lips. Like I'm sure ones that have had their lips done that are watching this are like, oh yeah, they're definitely sensitive. Ones that have never are probably like, oh my gosh, I don't know how people do that. We do use a topical numbing first. So you are quite numb before we even get started, but this is just kind of like that extra little bit of comfort. These are elective cosmetic procedures, so nothing should be extremely painful. Nothing should be like out of the ordinary. If you are somebody who's like a fainter and doesn't like needles or anything like that, I encourage you to drink juice or something with high sugar before you come. Don't come on an empty stomach. Try to avoid things like caffeine, anything that's going to kind of be anxiety promoting, avoiding alcohol for bruising and bleeding and all those great things, and let me know ahead of time. So if you know, like, I already feel queasy just thinking about it, let me know. It's not embarrassing. Like, it's so common. I'll put an ice pack on the back of your neck. We'll make sure that the bed's a little lower than it normally would be, just to kind of keep your blood pressure stable and totally normal. I am a registered nurse, practical nurse, so you are in great hands. I've definitely seen worse things than someone fainting. On an average, if I inject like, let's say 50 people a week, about 4 or 5 pass out. So it's not uncommon, so don't be embarrassed at all. You are in great hands. We'll make you feel better, and we'll send you out of the office feeling totally fine. So just let me know ahead of time, because then we can kind of take precautions to prevent that from occurring. So any questions about filler, let me know. Oh, I will tell you what areas you can do. So you can do temples, under eyes, cheeks, folds here, the folds here, chin, lips, smoker lines, jawline. So it's really great. It's really versatile. You can put it anywhere. You can really put it anywhere on the body, but we don't. We just stick to the face. We do back of the hands as well. I don't use this product. I use different products. That will be a different segment altogether. Filler 101. All right, and that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you liked what you watched today, please like, share, comment, and we'll see you next week.